Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And this evening, I am talking to Dr. Philip Mack from New Jersey. Good evening, Philip.
Good evening, Carolyn. Thank you for having me as a guest. It's a lovely day here in the US. And how are things over there?
Yeah, we've got a heat wave here.
Oh, we do too as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, they can that can go away. I'm looking forward to autumn. I
For
don't
sure.
really do the heat, so yes, it's one of those things. But anyway, so I will ask you the same question as I ask all my guests, and that is, what is it you enjoy doing when you're not working?
Oh, that's a great question. So when I'm not working, and it really depends on what you define as work. But when I'm working, I'm coaching. And then when I'm not working, I'm still working, but I'm doing things like I'm a sports official, so I officiate baseball, American
Oh.
baseball, and I also officiate basketball,
Mhm.
and I officiate volleyball.
So
So
all the throwing all the balls in the all around the court.
yeah, it's, that's balls all around. That's right.
Yeah.
And it kind of keeps me busy throughout the year, and it's work, but it is enjoyable to a certain extent. I mean, there's some pressure there, but when we're not doing like work, that I'm being paid for, then I like to get out in nature. I like to go on hiking, and I like to travel. And not enough, but I do like to travel, and I also like to help my wife in the garden when I can, and also do things such as kayaking.
Ah,
And so that's something we explored last weekend. And so, yeah, I like to do those kinds of things, kind of like being outdoors with
yeah.
nature.
And whereabouts? Where did you kayak?
There's a local place that is about 15 minutes from me. It's called Mirror Lake. And so we managed to get the kayaks on the car. That was a trip, but we had we had
You will get in.
I know it was very difficult getting them on top. So we were
Yeah.
able to get them on top of the car. And my wife had bought a second one, which was a sporty one, and unfortunately was not the most comfortable thing in the world. But we managed to get the two up, and then we managed to get them in, and it was quite pleasurable.
Mm.
But I think we're going to be looking for another kayak.
Because is it the am I right in saying that the sports kayaks are shorter, so they've
Yeah,
got more maneuverability?
yeah, you're supposedly more maneuverability, but the back support is not what it should be.
Yeah.
Uh, and so that was a problem.
You want something for leisure rather than to go hell for leather.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I felt a lot of it, I was kind of leaning backwards when I was trying to paddle,
Yeah.
and it was kind of counterproductive. I ended up going in circles and
Oh
not going
dear.
forward. But I do enjoy it, but it's like if you have the right equipment, that always makes a difference.
Yes, I remember having one of those, the shorter ones.
Yeah.
Yes, they're quite challenging. Yeah, I didn't have it for a great deal of time, but I used to kayak way back when I was 18, or 17, 18, at a youth club, and we used to go down all the canals. It
Oh,
was fabulous.
and have you always lived, is that in the UK also? Is that
Yep.
where you're? Yeah.
Yes,
So
so at the
down the
moment
area.
I'm in Essex at the moment, in mid Essex,
Okay.
but I grew up down on the south coast in West Sussex for actually probably half my life. So I've been here as much as I was down there. But yes, I quite like being outside, the same as you. But yes, hiking. So particular places that you like to sort of go for walks and hiking? Are the sort of mount? Is it sort of hilly or mountainy or just round the flat areas of lakes? Where do you prefer?
I prefer to actually go to hilly places, and there's not too many hilly places where I am. The places I have around here are somewhat flat.
Mm,
But when I traveled, I mean, we went to Kauai, Hawaii, and they had a lot of hilly trails and little mountains and things like that you could
mhm,
climb. We absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. So yeah, I prefer it at somewhat of a mountainous terrain.
mm.
Um,
A bit
and
of a challenge, isn't it? Rather than sort of your flat walking, because can get a bit tedious, can't it? You want something with a bit of oomph to it.
For sure. Yeah, definitely involved and challenging. I prefer that the terrain is not slippery, of course,
Yes,
not muddy, but certainly I prefer the more hillier challenge. And certainly when you climb these mountainous places, you get to see a beautiful view, and that's
yeah.
always rewarding.
That's the reward, isn't it, for struggling up the hill?
That's right.
Yes. And you said that you enjoyed helping your wife in the garden. Do you have a big garden, or is it a small yard, or how big is it?
Well, we have a micro farm. Actually, my wife has made our plot, which is not that large, but we have all these little gardens like all over the place. And so, she's been extremely creative. We have string beans and asparagus and peppers and lots of tomatoes and an herb garden. And so, she has these areas that she's created, especially if like when you're growing tomatoes, she has these creative ways to support them because they can get quite big, like
Yeah,
6, 8 feet tall. And, where she's had these beans, she created somewhat of an arch where the vines kind of crawl up the sides and over the top so that
yeah.
when you beans, they kind of fall
They just
down.
fall down. Yeah.
They fall down. And certainly around the porch, she's created areas where the bean plants are kind of like invading the open space of the
The
it's really
Triffids
quite
have
amazing.
arrived.
Yes. And we also have lots of flowers, and also we have chickens as well. So
Ah,
we have 11 chickens in the back, and they have
mhm.
their own little run, and so they kind of explore. And
And you get eggs from them, presumably?
oh yes, we do. We do. They're
Yeah.
egg laying, and so we get their eggs, and they're also quite humorous, and in the way they struttle around and always looking for food.
Yes.
Lots of scraps. And the funny thing is that we have a separate thing in our shed. We have a freezer and we have a refrigerator. Now, the
Yeah.
refrigerator is just for the chickens because every week we go to the we go to the market and we get lettuce and we get like, tomatoes that are not quite right.
Hmm.
We keep them in the refrigerator so that we can have them through the week so they don't go bad. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they're quite
Chickens are great characters. I remember growing up, we had chickens and goats. We were fortunate enough to have a rather large garden, and
right.
we had chickens, and the characters were just
Oh, amazing, right?
crazy characters they were. Yeah, and you could sort of, I don't know. We named them after their character, so we didn't name them straight away, and we waited to see what they were like before we named them.
Right. Well, so what are some of the names that you had from your chicken?
Well, I thought you might ask, and I can't remember. So that's really shocking. But it's yes, I might remember in time. So I might remember, in the middle of the night, and then I'll go, hmm.
Oh yeah, I got to tell them. We have one that's a big white duck. I mean, it's a big white chicken, and we call it a duck because it's extremely boisterous and very loud, and so we call it Daffy. Daffy Duck.
Oh, Daffy Duck. Oh dear. But it sounds as if your wife has been extremely creative because I belong to a fruit and veg growing group with a local organization here, and my sort of uh, feeble feeble attempt to grow things. I haven't really got very prepared this year, so I hope next year to be a bit more prepared. But it sounds as if your wife's extremely creative with what she does. Does she do hydroponics and the things like that, or?
It's something that we'd like to explore.
Uh-huh.
We've read a lot about it, and we want to try to get things going because during the winter it gets kind of cold, and
Yeah.
like to have a hydroponics area. So it's something we thought about, but we haven't gotten into it. How about yourself?
Well, I just have a really small garden out the back, and I grew some seeds, and they were put outside, and for some reason or another, it wasn't the slugs or any pests that got them. They just decided they weren't going to grow,
Oh,
and they failed. So
okay.
I've had to start again. So it may be that this year I might have to write off, but we'll wait, have to wait and see. But all the other people in the group, they're growing Oh, they're growing squashes and
Oh yeah.
tomatoes and beans and you name it. Yes, so my miserable failure of growing vegetables this year is not looking good.
Well, you know what? It's really quite a challenge, and it's a lot of work. And she's very diligent and vigilant about what she does. And
Mm,
I mean, basically, we had horrible soil, so we had to dig all these plots out and remake the soil and add nitrogen and
mm.
so there's certain things you can do. You can give it too much water, not enough water. I mean, it's really quite a complex nature. In fact, I told her that she should probably teach this stuff in person or online, and she says, "Well, I don't know." And it's like, but she's very successful, so thankfully.
Yeah.
And good news is that she's got a green thumb, so we're not going to starve in case there's a famine, so
Well,
we'll
that's
be
good.
all right.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, it sounds quite a great setup you have.
Yeah, it's certainly good, and I appreciate her for what she does. I think she wants me to help her more, but it's just not the thing that I mean. I'd rather do other things.
Yes.
I'd rather be coaching, or I'd rather be officiating, or something that can turn a profit every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, that kind of does help, doesn't it? But
Yes.
yeah, it's the aside thing. Oh well, we you can do that another day, dear. And
Right,
yeah, I need to help with the tomatoes or whatever it is
right, right,
that
right.
she needs help with. But yes, it's yeah, gardening can be quite a challenge, and it can actually sort of take over, can't it?
Oh my God, yes. And then we have to find out what to do with these, when you get a plethora of all these things, you have to figure out how to store them. Like,
Yeah.
and, so we've been
Yes.
freezing lots of green beans and we've been making lots and lots of sauce,
Yeah.
And so,
Do you do you do canning? Like the preserves
so
in the bottles.
we haven't really done the canning per se. What we do is we make the sauce and we put them in mason jars and then we freeze them.
Right.
And we have a lot of garlic that we're probably going to try to can. I mean, so we're going to grow more, obviously. And then she said she's going to start to do onions. But so we have all this garlic that we have to figure a way to store it. And so I've explored some of the things that we can do. But so we've thought about canning, but haven't really perfected it.
Mm. Some people over here have started to put so to help with health wise, and I'm aware that you're very much an advocate for that.
Yes.
Um, to get locally produced honey
Right.
from a
Oh, yeah.
local hive, and
Right.
then put the garlic in the honey, and
Yes.
so the honey's infused with the
With the,
garlic, and people are taking that, a spoonful a day to
right.
keep the doctor away, as they say.
Wait, no, that's very true. I've read that recently as well. When I was looking at how to store it, but
Mm,
that yeah. But the thing is, we're not really big fans of honey, but honey is good as long as you don't take too much of it. But
yeah.
certainly, honey infused garlic is a great idea. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
one of those things, and also there's another thing that I've seen. It's got sliced ginger, lemons, and garlic. I'm not quite sure. I think it might be apple cider vinegar
okay.
with mother
Okay.
that's poured into that, and it's used as a to get through the winter with colds and coughs and this and that. It's a natural way of doing it, and a lot of people are doing that over here now.
Well, that's cool. We also so that's a good thing. Yeah, certainly ginger is good. It's good for digestion and
Mm.
well, with the lemon and the ACV, I mean, all those things help digestion. But the other thing was we have echinacea. So this
Ah,
year we grew a lot of plants and they very very proliferative. So this year I've decided to dry some and make my own echinacea
oh
tincture.
wow,
So not as
yes,
hard as it sounds. I mean, you just kind of dry the plant,
yeah,
you chop it all up, and then you add alcohol. I guess something like vodka, not to get
mm,
drunk, but just to
yes.
consume it,
Well,
right?
it's the carrier, isn't it? The
Yeah,
vodka.
yeah, it seems to be the carrier, right?
Yeah, and
And
that's
so,
it's the echinacea root, isn't it, that you
yeah,
use?
yeah,
Yes.
it's the root. Well, it's actually the whole plant. You actually
Ah,
use the leaves, the cone, the stem, and the roots, but the roots are where a lot of it happens. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I've
uh,
been a I've been a user of echinacea for many years.
yeah. So you have to kind of alternate it, where you use it for a while and then
Yeah.
don't use it. But you can certainly use it every day throughout the winter to help your immune system.
I mean, I used to use it 30 days and then see how I am, and
Right.
then leave it 30 days and then
Right.
again for 30 days if I need to
Right. Right.
and to boost the immune system, it's actually amazing.
That is amazing. That's great stuff.
Mm. Yes, it's nature has all the well, pretty much all the answers, doesn't it? I think,
Yes.
and it's kind of overlooked a lot of the time, and a lot of people poo-poo it and say, "Don't be ridiculous. I need a pill from a doctor, thank you very much, and then I know I'm going to get better."
Right. Hard to believe that people still believe that,
Yeah,
Um, but
that's another topic altogether,
Other
isn't
topic,
it?
yeah, for sure. I mean, I practiced when I practiced medicine for over 20 years before I realized that there was another side to healing. Yeah, people came in from the prescriptions, and when I tried to deviate them to other things, they were not even interested,
Yep.
especially because maybe the insurance didn't cover it, but they just wanted their prescription and they wanted a quick fix and out. And didn't care
Mm.
about anything and then went about and lived their life. And it's really a shame that people do
Yeah.
that. Um,
Yes, there's another doctor I know over here who I'll introduce you to, and she was exactly the same with Western medicine and left that and does what she does now. So I think you'd be great collaboration for together for that. But Philip,
yeah.
it's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you a little bit more this evening. And what time is it over with you?
It is about 4:15
Ah,
p.m.
so afternoon with you.
Yes.
So you've got a little bit longer to go for the rest of your day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, it's been great to find out a little bit more of what you enjoy outside of your work. Although, as you say, you're refereeing and looking after the ball sports, apart from football and rugby, is quite something you enjoy. Yeah, and the canoeing and kayaking and maybe not the sports kayak.
Right. That's right. And it's been an absolute pleasure. I thank you for having me as a guest and look forward to seeing you around in all of our networking events. So appreciate your time. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye now.